What's good, YouTube? It's your boy On Point on the Grind. And you know, right now I'm just gonna vent on a certain type of matter that aggravates me. I cannot stand black people that glorify these Italian mobsters. You know, Italian mobsters that we see in the movies. Italian mobsters that the media has wrote about for years. And a lot of black people admire shit like that. They put it in their music. You got a lot of black rappers and black street cats in the streets that take on certain type of names that deal with the Italian category. And my whole thing, the reason why I got a problem with it is because I believe that a lot of Italians are very racist. And if you look at a lot of these Italian movies like The Godfather and movies like Goodfellas, movies like Casino, in all three of those movies, they said some racist shit. Remember when The Godfather, when the oldest one, this is the first movie of The Godfather, the Godfather Part 1, when he said, leave the drugs for the niggers, let them lose their souls. Even his son even repeated it. Movies like fucking Goodfellas. That dude, he was trying to tell Karen, his wife, the dude that started getting involved with those gangsters and shit like that, and he started to become up in that category to where he was respected and stuff like that. He told his wife or his girlfriend that, the type of men that get caught by the police, nigger stick up men. He's like, you know why? Because they fall asleep in the getaway car. You see movies like Casino, the dude that played Nicky Santora, he said something about saying niggers. Even though he was talking about Arabs, what makes you think he wouldn't call a regular black? What makes you think he wouldn't also be referring to the black people as niggers? He just called Arabs sand niggers because they stay over in the sand. Middle East is surrounded by nothing but sand, and it's a sand continent pretty much. And Arabs look a lot like us, but they dark, and their features look a little bit Eurocentric. A lot of Italian mobsters don't respect blacks, especially the ones that's in the streets. They look below us. They don't respect us. A lot of these Italian fathers will be going crazy when they find out that their daughters fucked around with a black guy. A lot of them don't respect it. A lot of them don't like that. I don't really think Italians think really too kindly of us. I really don't. And even Tupac spoke on this shit a long time ago. I think it was one of his last interviews before he passed. He said, any Italian name sounds good to a nigga. You niggas watch too many movies. Like, niggas just take this shit and run with it. Now, some of them Italian names that some of these black cats got is straight. Like, that name Pacino Dino, that shit just sounds so raw. It's like, okay, you can leave it. But the way I feel, man, fuck those motherfuckers, man. Fuck these Italian motherfuckers that's racist. And we shouldn't be praising none of these motherfuckers because at the end of the day, they do not give a fuck about us. And I'm talking about all these Italian mobsters. I ain't gonna say all of them, but I think a great bit of them, black people need to stop praising them because they do not give two shits about us. We glorifying these movies like The Godfather and blase, and these motherfuckers they don't care anything about us. And in the movies, they did not speak too kindly of us. Okay, Scarface, you can get a pass because that story was about a Hispanic male that was poor blow up. You know what I'm saying? And every time when I talk about it, it seems like a lot of black people don't understand what I'm talking about. But realistically, they don't respect us. You think the way we be praising these motherfuckers and stuff like that, you think these Italian gangsters be praising us? Hell no. That's why I said fuck those motherfuckers because they don't care two shits about us. And I just want black people to understand that. I seen a video I think it was one of the people. Y'all know that TV show that come on the internet? No, the TV show that come on TV. It got people like Sammy the Bull's daughter, John Gotti. They got a show, Mafia Wives or some shit. And one of the daughters was on Vlad TV talking about how her father once considered her a nigger lover. And I said, black people need to stop glorifying, these Italians because they don't give a fuck about us. I got like 30 likes. And it's the truth. Some people try to get up on there and dispute that point. But it's like at the end of the day, there's no way you can dispute that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, I feel like the way I look like, as far as black people are concerned, we shouldn't include ourselves in a category where we're not wanted or where we're not being cherished and show love to. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. I don't know. I just hope, a lot of people can understand where I'm coming from. That's just where I stand. I think, black people, not only we need to stop glorifying these motherfuckers, we need to stop wearing these t-shirts. We need to stop having these poster boards up there. That's why one thing about me, yeah, these Italian movies like Godfather, Casino, so on, so on. I like the movies and I respect them, but I don't really. I admire what the Italians did, but I don't ride their dick. I don't say, oh yeah, you know how these Italians be, man, blah blah. I don't ride their dicks. I don't do that shit. Now I talk about the movies. I say how much I admire the criminal organizations that Italians did in real life and shit. But I don't. That's as far as it goes. You won't see me constantly keeping a collection of these movies because I won't. Yeah, I seen The Godfather, shit like that. But that's as far as it goes. Because those motherfuckers do not represent our struggle or even understand, begin to comprehend what our struggle is like. Because they don't, because I think a lot of them don't give a fuck about us. That's just how I feel, man. That's real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy On Point on the Grind, signing out. Black people, stop glorifying these Italian gangster movies. Because in the movies, and people can say, oh, it's just movies. But no, a lot of those people that filmed those Italian movies, a lot of that stuff that was in those movies played a great deal of how Italians that's in the criminal organizations operate, and that it showed a great deal of how they felt about us. So, black people, these Italian gangster movies is cool, but stop glorifying these motherfuckers. Stop mentioning these motherfuckers in your music. Stop wearing these motherfuckers on shirts. Stop having these posters up of it. Stop, stop running with them names. Those motherfuckers do not give a fuck about us. And that's all I gotta say. So, it's your boy On Point on the Grind signing out.